Hello, all of you. Firstly, thankful for your immense response on the first video that I have posted about introduction to microcontroller. You might be hearing some barking of dogs because it's been at 2 a.m. in the night, in the morning, whenever your perspective. Okay. So to start with, I want to start with pin diagram of 8051 in this video. Okay. So before starting it, you must understand the system buses or the transportation buses, not the transportation buses. Here the buses do the same thing, but kind of different. Okay. So to start with, I want to explain you the system buses. There are three types of system buses in the microcontroller, specifically in 8051. Okay. So I give you simply logic. Okay, these are not buses. Like I said, you there are three types of buses. You might be guessing that it is first are Mahavandar bus or MSC RTC bus. The second is the fancy private bus, and the third is the luxurious bus, which your favorite players like Mumbai Indians players goes to play the cricket. Not, it's not that buses. I will told you with simple examples. See, you might be having ordered something using Flipkart or Amazon. Okay, so explain just a type of example. Let's take before they sending the parcel or whatever you have ordered. They select the address. Okay, for select this first select the address. Okay, now they have the address of it of the location where they have want to save the send the parcel or send the data. Okay, for example, in our case, send the data. Okay, they have the address now. Okay, with them. So they need to send them through the delivery partner. Okay, so they need something bus or some kind of in this case motorcycle to reach the customer. Okay, to give the data towards the customer. Okay, and the third thing they need to control this everything. Okay, okay, I know, I myself know the address. I myself know that I needed to give this parcel or this data to the customer, but I need something to control that. Okay, in this point of view, that e-card logistic comes into picture. Okay, the e-card logistic does the same thing. It controls all the delivery things around the Flipkart, like providing us the delivery partner number and telling us the shipping about the shipping or about that the delivery or the parcel which has been reached to your nearest hub. Like you maybe have come up with such a notification on the Flipkart. Okay, but that's not our uh, point of view. We do not want to start something startup like Flipkart. Maybe you can. Okay, so come to the topic. We are discussing about the three types of system bus. Here the processor does the same thing. Okay, up देखो, you need to send something towards the data, or let's say you need to fetch something. My processor wants something that's stored in the memory. Let's guess your CCPA is stored in some memory. Processor needs to fetch that to show your parents. Okay, okay, just to show your parents. Okay, so processor, what the processor does? Okay, processor needs address bus. First, processor needs to select where the data exactly stored in the memory. Okay, memory is very long. Example, Maharashtra is very much bigger state. Okay, I need an address specifically that I need a Mumbai city. Okay, not specifically Mumbai city. I need something like Sion. In the Sion, this building, I need an address. Okay. For example, in this, the processor has a RAM and ROM. Specifically, in the RAM, you have stored your CCPA. Okay. So to fetch that address bus, what will do? Address bus tells specific address to the processor. Okay, uh, okay, address bus specifically I have given something in the bits or in a hexadecimal number the address to something where that specifically number has been stored. Okay, so the processor will fetch will have that address first. Okay, so there is first bus is address bus, which will gives the address to select the location. Okay, in simple words, understand that. The second is data bus. Okay, now you know the location, but what else? What the thing you do with the location only? You need to send the information or you need to fetch it. So through what? Through data bus. Okay, data bus. You may have cleared the topic or the concept now. Data bus does the data transfer. Okay, now the third, e-card logistics control bus. It controls all the things that are happening around address bus and the data bus, and all the processor is fetching and just loading and storing, loading and storing, loading and storing. Load store model is another concept. I will tell you. It comes up with ARM 7 model. But now what the fuck? Sorry. Then what is the ARM 7? You might be not knowing at this point. That is also a microcontroller. I might be making a playlist on that. Okay, so you have cleared the topic that there are three types of buses: address bus, data bus, and the control bus. Okay, this location, the parcel, the e-card logistic. Simply, in simple word, I'm going to tell you that. Okay, so you know the address. It is that's only I want to clear with you because it's a basic requirement to study the pin diagram. Okay, the next is what is the interrupt? interrupt that your friend makes when you are studying and you call, you receive the call, and you started talking about an hour, and that goes and goes, and you suddenly realize that in the morning I have a semester exam. Yeah, such kind of interrupt processor also get. Suppose you are playing a PUBG or Free Fire, or watching the K-pop videos like BTS. I don't okay, like watching the K-pop. Uh, so suddenly call comes of your friend, might be your girlfriend if you have. Okay, suddenly calls receives. You receive the call. The processor is doing what you're watching, whatever you are doing before. Suppose take an example, you are watching something on YouTube. Suddenly call comes. So at that point, the processor which are playing the video gets an interrupt. Okay, gets an interrupt of your call on your. I am taking the example of mobile phone. Makes an interrupt. Okay, that is also needed to understand to for the pin diagram. I hope you have understand what is meant by interrupt in basic. I will more explain. I will explain that. There is a separate video about interrupt, because interrupts are the most asked, or specifically in Mumbai University, they are the favorite topics of the examiner. Okay, how why the one of the reason for generating the interrupt is the delay. So why the this in the world you need the delay? Yaar? Delay in Mumbai you don't need the delay. If there is a local train running late by 5 minutes, also you will get your boss will get angry. Yeah, angry on you. Okay. No. So suppose let's take an example of microwave oven. Okay. So you have given the time of 40 seconds. Okay. So the processor will start counting. Okay, it has started the counting. Okay, suppose that timer and concept I will tell you in another session. It started the counting in the microcontroller. It started the counting. Then who will suppose it started from zero. Okay, zero. Processor is on zero. What you are thinking? Who the hell going to be make that one? Okay, who? Me? Not at all. Uh, then who? Something need to be generated that I understand what is meant by 1 second. Okay, not that microcontroller will be understand what is meant by 1 second. It needs to be generated something delay, that this delay is something called, or take an example, local train is going, I make I something make a red signal for 1 second. Okay, so I generated 1 second delay there. Okay, I need specifically train is before the its fixed time. It is before its time. It has been reaching the platform, but I make that train that you should reach on the time. Suppose the timing of the local train was 12:07 p.m. Okay, but it has arrived in the outskirts of the platform or the station at 12:05. But 5. I don't wish that people's will. I don't want to have the happiness of the people standing on the platform that yeah, train comes before the time. Okay, it's a very nice thing. I don't want that. I want that people should be get the train be lated or be on the time. Okay, so I take and red signal on the before before the platform. I make a red signal. That's why the train delayed by 1 second. So who the hell going to be having the delay in this? Okay, who will have that? In this delay will be generated by two things. Okay, the first is software delay, and the second is hardware delay. Okay, that I have already told you was software and hardware delay in the previous video only. Okay, and the third thing is bit addressable. What is meant by bit addressable? Bit addressable means each bit can be proceed or can be used without disturbing all the other bits. Okay, so what is meant by serial communication? I have also explained that. You must watch first that video. Okay, so let's start with 8051 pin diagram. Okay, I will show you this. This is the pin diagram of 8051 40 pin IC. I have already told you. Yeah, before that, I want to show you something that uh, there are two types of registers. Okay, the RAM has a register which stores the data. Processor has its own register which also stores the data. Okay, for example, there are, let's say, cache. You might be heard about cache memory. Okay, in your daily basis you might be heard about cache memory. That cache memory is the type of, let's understand this, that not actually, but let's understand this, that it is a type of register for the processor. Okay, the register for the memory is a totally different thing. Okay, I personally get confused when I learn that in my semester exam. Okay, I personally get confused that what are the registers, that memory also has register, processor also has registers. In 8051 the processor registers are called SFR, specially function register, and the RAM registers are only called registers. Okay, so let's start with the pin diagram. This is the 8051 pin diagram. On the starting, I will wait a minute. I will show you the processor and the microcontroller. This is the processor. Okay, this all makes. Wait, a minute. This is kind of zoom thing. Okay, this is the microcontroller and this is the processor. Okay, you might be seeing that. I hope you are able to see it. Okay, this is the processor. This all makes a microcontroller. Okay, this is the oscillator. This is a microprocessor that I have told you. This microprocessor has separate registers, and this RAM and program memory has separate registers. Oh, okay, okay, okay. What? Why this is called as program memory? Yeah, tell me why this is called as program memory. You might wait a minute. Yeah. Why this is called as program memory? Yeah, right. You are right that it is a ROM, and ROM what the ROM stores? It stores a program that because it is a non-volatile in nature. It is a RAM. Okay, you okay. eh, Let's take a video. I hope it is a clear view now. Yeah, I hope it is a clear view. So it is a oscillator. We will talk about in next 5 seconds about it. This is a microprocessor. This is RAM. This is program. Okay. So to start with pin diagram, this is a pin diagram of 805. To start with first two pin. This is the XTAL1, XTAL2 sounds like you are learning about something in chemistry like hydrogen, helium. No, this is a basic names. If you have studied about organic chemistry, you know what is the nomenclature thing. Okay, this is the XTAL1, XTAL2 name given to the Elon Musk sons. Okay, I'm joking. Okay, XTAL1 and XTAL2. Okay, so these pins are attached to the oscillator. I know this is the oscillator. Yeah, it oscillate. Yeah, it will go like this and this. I'm sure this is also an OC. This is crystal oscillator, but this is up to 0 to 40 microhertz. But listen, 8051 oscillator generates 12 megahertz frequency, not a 40 megahertz frequency. Okay, keep that in your mind. Okay, so this XTAL1 and XTAL2, what does they do? They make an oscillation to generate the frequency to make to make, and or I can say to help, or to you might be may learn about clock pulse if you are electronic engineer, or you digital logic maybe you have studied it. Okay. So it generates some frequency or some. I will show you. Wait. Uh, yeah, yeah. My painting is worth $1,000. Yeah. Okay. So this some sort of frequency generated by that oscillator. Okay. So it is 12 megahertz frequency generated by 8051 specifically by that oscillator pins. One crystal oscillator attached between that two pins that will generate oscillations of 12 megahertz, and that every high that when the signal gets high every time the processor start one program, fetch the instruction, and when it's complete the machine cycle, it will the downside of the oscillations comes to a pitch. Okay, I will explain you in the more thing for specific this video. Just understand that it creates an oscillation of 12 megahertz frequency for 801 processor. Okay, just understand that. Okay, so what is meant by reset button? Why? What do you think that reset does when you restart your computer? Why the restart comes? Okay, why? Let's to explain you why might be that is coming. Okay, on clicking to the reset button, you might be having a bias. You might be knowing that bias system get launched when you on your computer. Okay, it will fetch an operating system from your hardware and just make all the system ready and apps ready to have you like a screen that you daily see on your laptop screen. Okay, that all does in background is done by bias. Okay, bias basic. I no, I will not go into that topic. If I go, then I will be very hard to get back. Okay, we don't have time. Okay, so the reset button does the same. On resetting, you will lose all the data that is stored in RAM, and you will not lose ROM data as discussed earlier. For the definition, okay, wait a minute. I will, yeah. See, what is XTAL1, XTAL2? These are connected to the crystal oscillator, 12 megahertz. You can copy or note that if you want to. If you want these notes, then pin into the comment section. Then what the reset button does? It is used to on reset PC becomes this address is called okay, right. So here's something you have learned about or read about PC. Now, what is the PC? Yeah, PC is called program counter. Just just have a name in your mind. Okay, don't take attention. I'm here. Okay, just have your name. PC program counter becomes that. What does the program counter stores? Program counter stores the address of the instruction. Not only instruction, it stores the address of the coming instruction or the next instruction. Okay, I'm okay. Suppose you are doing something, printing the hello word, the basic. The next instruction is printing, um printing what? Hello engineering. Okay, take an example. So the instruction that will print hello engineering will be stored in PC, while processor is executing the program of hello world. Okay, I I tried my best to explain it. If you are from tech background, you will understand it. Okay, it is not an rocket science thing. Okay, reset does the same. You have the it is set up the system and make it ready. It is used by the end user. Okay, look, don't see it. Oh? Okay, don't see it. ALE, what is ALE and what is BLE? BLE is not there. Okay, it is an Indian habit to mispronounce the thing. Okay, let's move towards the pin diagram. This is the pin diagram we have. I have told you about AX, XTL1, XTL2 reset. Okay, what is the ALE? Before going to the ALE, I want to told you the address buses. I have told you the system buses. Okay, just for the this time, just forget about these three things. Okay, three things. This VCC and VSS gives the power supply to hold the 8051. That's why it is running. Like we consume the food. That's why. This arrow direction, you might be seeing that this arrow direction is specifying that it is controlled by us. We will give the instruction to processor or the microcontroller that it is controlled by us. Okay, the reset will be controlled by us, but these two pins will be controlled by 8051. 8051 gives me the input about ALE and PSE, and I am not able to decide what will happen on that pins. Okay, understand? Okay. I haven't explained this. Just forget about these two pins. These two pins are helped to give the power supply to the 8051. This is a positive. This is a negative. Start with port one. Port one, port not. I will start with port zero. Okay, port one is basic port. That I was. That's why I urged to start it with it. Okay. Okay. So what port should I start? Let's take a port one example. Okay. Port one. What I told you. All the four ports of the 8051 are 8-bit. Okay, 8-bit, and all the ports are bit addressable. Okay, so to start with, it is a 8-bit port. Okay, so it will have 8 pins: P1.0, P1.2, P1.3 up to P1.7. It has such 8 pins associated with it. I might be able, I don't know. Wait a minute. Oh, so see here. This is the port A, input output port. This 8 port A pin, you might be knowing that your CPU has the port for keyboard, that in that port such pins are there. Okay, so it is also 8 pins. Okay, one, two, three, four, five, six. Assume that it is a 8 pin. Okay, port A will have such 8 pins. Okay. So each pin is divided into the name of, suppose this is a P0.0, P0.1, P0.2, P0.3, P0.4, P0.5, P0.6, P0.7. Okay, these are the 8 pins. Okay, these all 8 pins are addressable, bit addressable. Means if I give something input to this a pin that it is 0 or 1, I know input is can be given to the electronics things in two ways. First in analog, and second one is in digital. In digital, we give it in a form of uh, high and low, means 0 and 1. Okay. Suppose I have given the pin 0, pin 1.0, 1 for port 1 and 0 for first pin. Okay. Pin 1.0, 1 signal, means a high signal. So not, it will not happen, or it does not give a shit about that what other pins have. Okay. Just know that. Okay. So it is a port A. Okay. It's a bit addressable. It contains the 8 pins P0.1 to P0.7. Okay, 0.1 P1.0 to P1.7. Sorry about it. It's been a night right now. I have come from the college. I'm very tired, but I'm just making this out video because I love to teach. Okay, I love to explain the things that I have gained the knowledge about it. Okay, so it is the P. Port one has been completed. Port one has no other features. Okay, no the other feature. It just have that 8 pins. We can give anything about that. We can give any signal to the 8 pins. About, let's take an example. Uh, I have given I have given 0 1 H to the pin of port one. So what is the 0 1 H? It is a H denotes the hexadecimal. Okay, you might be have learned about 8421 concept. Yeah, 8421. Okay, I'm making 8421. Okay, just assume that it is a 1. Okay, so I have told you that 0 1. So to make one, I will make this all zero, and this one makes and one. Okay, I will teach you in another video about what is hexadecimal and why it is doing so. I'm doing. See, to make zero, I need to make all the zeros everywhere. Okay. So what does this mean? I have given port one 01H. Okay. Port one I have given 01H. Okay. The 01H can be specified in this manner. How the hell it has been come, I will teach you in another lecture. Okay. So it is a 8 count 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay. So the first p, suppose p0 p1, yeah, because it is a port 1 point, point, yeah, p1.0 has 0. Okay. No, sorry. Okay, I will tell you about it, what is MSB and LSB. For now, p1.0 will have this one. This will have by p1.2. This will have about p1.2. Yeah, 1 point. This will have by 1.1. This will have by 1.2. This will have by 1.3. This will have by 1.4. This will have by 1.5. This will have by 1.6. Then this will have by 1.7. In electronics world, we'll start counting from 0. That's why it is 8, but it is ends at 7. Okay. I hope you understand the number system. Okay. Okay. So I will explain other ports in another video. I will